Mike Felicio from Solo Mode Games. Today I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of the game Smartphone Inc. This is a game that is one of economics and a little bit of territory control, and it's a game that quite honestly I had absolutely no interest in playing before I did. Then once I played it, I went on a quest to get a hold of this because it is such a unique game. It's unlike any other in my collection. I don't typically gravitate towards these type of economic games that are just pure economics games, but for some reason this one just really appealed to me. It was a bonus that it had a solo mode, even though I played it first as a full 5-player game. The playthrough that I'm going to be showing you today is the solo variant, and it does a nice job of just giving you a little bit of an idea of how the game plays, the general mechanics of the game. So let's head on over to the table and take a look. Okay, here we have the solo setup for Smartphone Inc. Now, I'm coming at this from a different angle. I normally have the camera kind of over my right shoulder, and so you're getting a little bit more of a player's perspective that way, but that didn't really work for this game because it's a really large board, and to be able to see the board and be able to see the AI's kind of what they call the pad here, which is really his action selection mechanic, I felt like I had to kind of put it on the side view like this. So we'll give it a shot. Hopefully you can get enough of an idea of what's happening. It may not be the ideal view, but it's the one that I think I'm going to go with for the time being, and we'll see how it works. So Smartphone Inc. is an economic game with a little bit of area control built in through the map here, where you're going to be going through 5 rounds, which are noted right up here, and you're going to be doing 8 phases. You're going to be doing the same 8 phases 5 times exactly, and that's going to be the game. It actually will go relatively quickly once you kind of see how the structure works out, and so I think what we'll do is just get started. So for the first round, the only thing that happens for the AI, which is named Steve, here's a little marker for Steve here, the only thing that happens for Steve is that he gets a goods marker, which is going to give him 1 production. All right, so we'll just put that off to the side. And then this tile, this action tile I'll call it, goes into the slot for the first round. And so basically, Steve's actions, what he's going to be able to do in a particular round is determined by this set of symbols. So you can see we have 2 of these blue truck symbols. Those are logistics, I believe. You've got 2 of these purple symbols, which is kind of like a technology upgrade, but now we're going to add 1 to that, so we have 3. All right, here you've got 5 crates, which are production, and we're going to be adding 1 to that, and then you're also going to get 1 for this tile he was given. So you'll see here in a moment that right now he's at the moment producing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 phones, and you'll see how that works out here in a minute. So for Steve the AI, all we do is we move the tile from the pending area up to the current round, and we give him a goods marker. That's what we'll do every round. That's all we have to do every round. Now, for me, it's a little more complicated. I've got these kind of 2 boards, and these all are going to determine the actions that I take for the entire round. All right, so at the beginning of all 5 rounds, I basically am going to be manipulating these pads in such a way that I'm going to be determining what I'm doing for the rest of the round. And I'll explain kind of what they are as we go. But the basic rules are that you have to at least cover 1 cell, they call them. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, let me get this better on camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells on each side of a pad. So even if there's no symbol there, that's still considered to be a cell. So you have to cover at least 1. So I could do this, I could do this. But you can also cover more than that. The only thing you can't do is completely cover 1 with another one. So I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do that. There's a lot of different ways that you can manipulate these pads, and they're double-sided, okay? So let me quickly go over what some of these symbols are. The blue truck is, as I mentioned before, it's logistics. This is going to be basically the more of these that show up, the more you're going to be able to potentially move along this map. So I start off just based on my color here in North Africa, and from North Africa you look at these lines and it would take 2 logistics markers for me to get to the Emirates because it's connected here. I could also potentially get over to China but that would take 4 of those symbols. It would take 4 to get to Europe. It would take, oops, I keep knocking these around. It would take 3 for me to get to South America. So right now, the places I could get to would be the Emirates, China, Europe, which would also take 4, and South America. So depending on how many of these I put out, that's how many I could get to for this particular round. So that's the blue symbol. The black crates are simply the number of phones that you produce for that round. The yellow symbol, there's just one, and if this symbol is showing, it means you get to choose one of these improvement markers that you could then use on a later round to cover things up on this board. And I'll show you how that works in a little bit. These purple are improving technologies, which are going to allow you to come down here into these bottom areas, potentially gain patents, and also potentially get you points and special powers that you might be able to use throughout the game. This plus $ here is going to allow you to potentially adjust the price that you're selling your phone at. This -1 will go in the other direction. That would lower the price of your phones. This would raise the price of your phones. I think I've covered them all there. Every round, it's going to default to a, and I don't know if you can, this is a little bit off of camera, but there's a price value here. I'm going to see, and I apologize in advance for making the camera a little bit. Right up here is a, and I think actually I'm going to do this. I apologize for any shakiness that we get, but let's see if I can get a little bit more there. Okay, you can get a little bit better idea there. This is a price track. It goes from 2 up to 8. We're always going to default back to 5, okay? At the beginning of every round, the standard price for a phone is 5, and we can adjust that depending on how many of these we show. So if I were to do this, okay, and I've got one of these showing, that's going to add 1 to my price. So my phones, instead of costing 5, would cost 6. If instead I did this, now I've got a minus showing, it would go down to 4. If I were to do this, it would go down to 3 because I've got 2 of those minus symbols. If I were to do this, 1 minus and 1 plus, it stays at 5. Okay, so those are for setting your prices, which is the next thing we're going to do in the round, is set the prices. So right now, let me just go ahead and kind of figure out the configuration that I'm going to want. I think I do want to get one of these tiles, so I want to keep that yellow showing. I don't know that I really want to, boy, I don't really want to lower my prices. Yeah, I think, do I want to do, oof. This is tough. This is kind of usually the hardest part of the, because you're figuring for the whole round here. Let me see. I think I might do this. Okay, I think I'm going to do this as my pad for the round. So basically, I've got 2 of these productions, 1 logistics, 1 of the improvement tiles, and 3 of the technology. Okay, so this stays. I can't change this. This is the way it's going to be for the whole round. Okay, so I'll keep this over here. Now we go to the second part of the round, which is price. Now for me, I'm staying at 5. For Steve, he's got 2 minus symbols showing, so he's actually going to go down to 3. Okay, so Steve is pricing his phones at 3. All right, now we move along and we go to production. Now Steve, as I already mentioned before, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus this 1 is 7. And so what you do, you've got these little kind of trays, which is nice. These cubes represent phones. So I'm going to take 7 of these cubes and put them into the production area. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So he could potentially sell 7 phones. Now he may not be able to, but he potentially could. Okay, so I slid those 7 phones over. I am producing 1, 2. However, one thing I didn't mention, every cell you cover by your pad is going to get you 1 production as well. So I have 1, 2, plus I'm covering 2, 3, 4, okay? So I could potentially sell 4 phones this round. So I'll move those 4 over there. Now, starting with round 4, we're going to be looking at turn order, okay? And turn order is going to be determined by the price of the phone. So the lower the price of the phone, the earlier in turn order. So Steve is at 3, so he's going to go first. He, during this portion, is going to take the uppermost improvement and put it in his pending area. So now, this is going to be added to his actions starting next round. I do have the yellow symbol showing, so I get to pick any one of these production tiles that I'll potentially be able to add next round. I'm going to take this one because I do think that technologies are important. All right, so I put that to the side. Next thing we do is we move to round 5, which is our technologies. Now, from here on out, it's all by turn order. So Steve's going to get a go first here. All right, so we look at his board, and he's got 3 technology markers showing. So he's going to get 3 of these progress meters, which look like little stairs. All right, and what he's going to do is the first, there's going to be a little bit of a priority. If he's already studying any technologies, he'll go there. If he's not, he's going to go to the cheapest technology with a patent, and then after that, he'll go to the cheapest technology. Now, here we have 2 patents that are going to cost 3. All right, and so he'll go into this first one here. He puts these 3 progress markers. It only takes 3 progress markers to get this patent. So now he's gotten this patent, which is going to give him 6 points at the end of the game. And since it only took 3 to complete that, he's now going to replace those progress markers with a little office marker, and that's going to get him access to sell phones potentially to people with this symbol, okay? And I'll explain how that works in a moment, all right? Now, I have 3 showing as well, and I think what I'm going to do is I could now, for 1 less, go into that place and get access to that too, because once you get the patent, it becomes 1 cheaper. But instead, I'd like the 6 points, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to get this patent, which is going to give me 6 points. It's going to get me access to the wireless technology. Those 3 markers are all that are needed, so I'll actually replace this. And now I can potentially sell phones that have this symbol, like over here. And I also now have a special ability of placing a second marker once per round in the next phase. All right, let me explain to you that here in just a second. So let me actually show what these look like. So this is the power I just got, and it tells you what round it triggers in. Make sure I get this in focus here. Shows you what round it triggers in, and then it tells you what that power is. You basically can put a second office marker in once a round. Okay, so now that I have an office marker there, I have access to that technology for the rest of the game. All right, and we're now going to be going to that phase, which is the logistics phase. Okay, all right, and now Steve is going to go in order, and what he's going to do is look at how many he's got. He's got 2. All right, so now Steve started in Australia. That was just on the basis of the color that was chosen for him, okay? And so now he's going to be looking to spread out around the map, potentially places he could sell phones or gain points through these retailer tiles, and I'll explain that in a moment. So the first thing we do is he's going to try to go to the largest region available. Okay, so he starts in Australia. The places he could go are RSA, which is a small region, it's a 1. He could go to India, which is a 2 region, or he can go to the USA, that's a 4 region, all right? He can also go to the Caribbean, which is a 2. So he's going to go to the USA because that's the largest region. He takes his 2 progress markers and he goes there to the USA, all right? That needs 4 to be able to gain territory. So he's working on it. He's not quite there yet. All right. Now, I only have 1 progress marker because I've got 1 truck showing, if you'll remember. Now, one of the things I could have done is I could have saved one of these progress markers, or actually I could have saved all of them if I wanted to, and then used them during this phase, but I really wanted to get into that technology area. So Instead, oh, one thing I need to mention before I do that. I had a starting technology tile that I could have added to my pad, and I completely forgot about it. So instead, that should have given me one extra production. So I'm going to fix that now and give myself an extra production over there. I now can potentially sell 5 phones instead of 4. So I'm in North Africa. I could go to the Emirates. I could go to China. I could go to South America. I could go to Europe. I think what I'm going to do is start going towards Europe. All right, I'm going to need 3 more to get in there. It takes 4. I only have 3. All right, now we go into selling phones. All right, and this is again going to be in order. So Steve has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 phones he could potentially sell. So how do we figure this out? Well, you look at the places where he has presence. Right now, the only place he has presence is Australia. He's not there yet in USA. He will be when he gets 2 more progress markers. And so what you need to do is look, and I just dropped a little cube, so I'm going to just grab another one and grab it here in a moment, but he had 7 he could work with. You're going to look at the little markers down here. Now, in Australia, you see a red tab that says 4, a red tab that says 6. This means that buyers here will spend up to that amount. So they'll spend up to 4, but no more, up to 6, but no more. Now, Steve put his price as a 3. So even though it says they'll pay up to 6, if you're selling them at 3, they're not spending more than 3. So he puts a phone there on the 4 because he'll spend that much. He puts one on the 6. Now, he's not in the wireless area. He's not in the battery area, the net area, or the 4G. So right now, he's only able to sell those 2 phones. The other phones are wasted because the only other place he could potentially sell would be this symbol here that he had gotten a patent for earlier, but they're not buying those phones in Australia. So his remaining 5 phones get wasted for this round. All right. So he sold there, and now it's up to me. I've got 5 phones I could potentially sell, but my price is at 5. So I can't sell here. He'll only spend up to 3. I can sell there, and I can sell here because I do have that wireless technology. I don't have any other technology, so I was also able to sell 2. I had to lose my other 3. Those get burned. Now we move to the last phase of this round, phase 8, and this is where we actually sell the score the VPs. All right. So Steve had 2 phones at 3 apiece, so that's going to give him 6. He actually started at 5, so that's going to get us to 11. And he also is going to get 2 points for being in this region, for having the most phones sold in this region. All right, so he gets another 2 points for that. And then his phones go away. Actually, I can do that at the end. Now, I also sold 2 phones, but I sold them at 5. So I get 10 points for those 2 phones, plus 2 here. That gives me 12, plus 3 is 15. All right. Now, at the end of the round, we clear off the phones. We clear any of these that were not chosen, and we refill these markers. Put that upside down. We reset the phones back to a cost of 5, and we move the round markers to their correct spot. So that's a full round. We're going to do that 4 more times, and I'll go a lot more quickly from here on out, and you'll see kind of how this plays out. All right, so here we go back to the first phase. What's going to happen is Steve's going to get another production marker. His tile is going to move up to the current round, which is 2, and now I'm going to be choosing my actions. Now, I have these 2 improvement tiles that I can add 1 or both of to my pad. And I think I'm going to, and I'll show you how that works. All right, so I want to get a bunch of technology research because I think that really does help. I also wouldn't mind getting some more production. All right. So here's what I'm going to do, and this is very, very specialized. So you can see I took one of my technology markers and I put or pieces and put it there, and I took another one and put it there. Okay. So as for the case of production, I'm still only going to be getting 3 for this overlap. You don't get an extra one for overlapping a tile there. So I'll be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total production this round. All right. So this is what I'm setting at. This may be a little bit overkill, but this is what we're going to do. All right. Now we go to setting prices. I kept it at 5, so I stay at 5. Steve actually goes down 3 now, so he's going to go down to 2. So he's selling his phones at 2. Now, you may be thinking that's a huge disadvantage. He's getting three less points per phone he sells. However, by doing that, it's going to be giving him not only first play at all of these locations, all of these technologies, but it also is going to give him other places that will sell phones, that will buy phones that wouldn't otherwise. Like a lot of these won't pay more than 2 or 3 or 4 per phone. So I'm not going to be able to sell there, whereas he potentially could. All right, so my price stays at 5, his goes down to 2. Now we go to production. He gets another, actually he does not get another, sorry. We're getting how many he has, how much production he has. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so I'll move 10 over there. Now, will he be able to sell all 10 of those? Unlikely, but you never know. 2, 4, 6, 8. One of those shot over. Okay, now my production, as I said before, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'd love to be able to sell all 5 of these phones at 5 because that would be 25 points. All right, now we go over here. He's going to take the topmost improvement tile and put it into his next. Now, I don't have the yellow symbol showing, so I don't get to choose one of those. In those cases, what you do is you get one of these production. So it'll give me an extra production in the next round. All right. Now we move to the technologies. He's got 3. All right. So the next one, the cheapest one that still has a patent available is right here. This takes 4. He's not going to be able to quite get it. I'm probably going to be able to sneak in there and get it before him if I want to. So I've got a bunch of technology symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I may want to carry some of these over to the logistics. I think I do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So part of me wants to keep 3 so that I can get into Europe. The other thing I might just do is in the short term, put 2 in the Emirates and then take the other 4 for this. Oh, boy, I tell you one thing I already... Oh, no, I didn't mess it up. Okay, I did mess it up. Because that's where I started. I was thinking I had forgotten to put a second one, but I haven't put one out yet. This was what the game started with. I think what I'll do is I am going to do that. I'm going to take 2 and put them in the Emirates. Okay? Which is going to allow me to put a marker in there. These come back. And I'll take these 4, and I'm trying to wonder, do I want to take this away from Steve, or do I want to take this? Now, if I'm going here, if I want to sell phones here, I have that marker there. If I'm going here, I have this marker here. So either one's going to allow me to sell a phone. Neither of these has both. If one of these had both of these symbols, it might mean, or both of these symbols, it might mean something, which actually North Africa does. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is go here. I'll go here. This is going to give me this patent. I'll place that there. These go back. Actually, I shouldn't have done this yet. These just stay. I'm not at that round. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I keep these 2. We're not at that round yet. So I put 4 here, took that, and now he has put his 3 here, and we move on to logistics. Okay, now he has only 2 showing for logistics, but he's going to still go into the USA. Now he has his 4 he's needed, so now he could sell phones in the United States, which is a big market. We'll put one of his towers there. All right, now for me, I'll do what I jumped ahead of myself. I'll put the 2 in the Emirates. That's going to allow me to place one here, but because of my ability from here, which is I can place a second one of these once per round. I'll put that right there. These go back. All right. Now we're going to be selling some phones. And let's see. Steve's got a lot of potential phones he can sell. Let's see how many he actually can sell. He's priced at 2, so it's very cheap. So the first thing he's going to do is sell in places where only he is. So he'll put one here. And just the way the structure works is that you're supposed to go kind of back and forth. So one there, one there, one there, one there. He is in neither one of these symbols that he has are over here. So he'll go there, he'll go there, he'll go, that's it, I believe. Yeah, he has not gotten any of these other technologies yet. So he was able to sell 6 phones. All right, the rest get burned. I've got my 5 phones. All right, I'm selling at 5, so I can't go here. I can go there. I can go there. I can go there. I can go there. But I don't think I can go anywhere else. Yep, I did have to lose 1. So I was able to sell 4 phones, but that's still pretty okay. There we go. All right, now we're going to do the VP. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 5 for his bonuses there. So that's 17, plus 13 is 30. So he's at 30. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5 is 20, 2, 4. This, the further over, the more they get. So I said what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 2, and 4. So 24 and 15 is 39, correct? Yes. Yep, 24 and 15. I'm going to get my calculator out because I don't trust myself for math. 39. Okay. That just happened. I just used a calculator for the... Oh, you know, I should have been putting Steve's marker out here to show where he was going. I'm sorry. It doesn't really matter, but it just to show you how it's supposed to work. Okay. All right. So now we clear cubes. All right. Clear Steve's cubes. We clear off these markers. We put out 5 new ones. All right. We go back up to 5 on our pricing. This is going to go back, and we go into round 3 of 5. You can see this goes really quickly once you kind of get the structure of things down. All right, round 3. So let's see here. Steve's going to get another production marker. This is going to move up here. So he's going to be able to produce a lot of phones. Now he's still going to be selling them very cheaply. All right. Now I have to be choosing what I want to do. I'd like to get into Europe to sell more phones. Yeah. I'd like to even get into South America because if I can get down here, I can get 20 points in the end game. These black tiles are what are called retailer tiles. Those come up in smaller player count games. In a 5-player count game, there would be none of those black tiles. More of them show up, the fewer people. And in the solo game, you're simulating a 2-player game. So basically, this is set up as a 2-player game with these retailer tiles. In those spots, you can't sell phones there, but once you were able to get presents there, you can put your marker in the leftmost spot and it'd be worth so that many points. So let's say, for example, I got into South America and I was the first one. What that means is that at the end of the game, I'll get 20 points for that. Now, I can't sell phones there, but that's a lot of points. All right. So I want to spread out. I need 3 more to get into Europe. So I think what I might want to do is try to sell my phones a little bit pricier and kind of keep... Let's see here. Trying to think about how I want to manipulate this. If I get 3 there to get into Europe, then I'd need another 3 to get into South America or into India, because now that I'm in the Emirates, I can get into India. I can also get into China now. I can even, well, not quite yet, get into the USA. All right, I think I do want to bump the prices of my phone up at least 1. So I think what I'll do is this. Okay. So this is what I'm going with for my player board. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these symbols, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because of my other tile production, and my price will go up 1. All right, so this is what I'm going with for this round. All right, so now we go to pricing. He stays at 2, so we knock him down to 2. I have a plus symbol, so I'm going up to 6. So now every phone that I can sell now is going to be worth 6. However, some of these places, you know, don't want to buy at 6. So I've locked myself out of those first 2 spots in Europe, okay, which is, you know, potentially a problem. We'll find out. All right, now we go to production. Now for Steve, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So lots of potential phones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Myself, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can kind of see that I'm producing a lot less, but I'm making more for each. All right. Now we go here. He's going to get the topmost for his next spot. I don't have a yellow symbol showing, so instead I'll get one of these production tiles. Now we go to the technologies, and he's going to go first. Steve's going to go first. He's got 3 showing, so he'll take 3 progress markers. He'll go ahead and complete this one. All right, that's going to give him that spot. It's going to give him a new place that he can sell his phones, and it's also going to give him 8 points at the end of the game. And then the next cheapest one that has a patent left is right here, which is going to take 5, so he takes his remaining 2 and puts them there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 progress markers. So I think what I'm going to do is put, I could go right here so that I can sell an additional phone, or I could start trying to fight towards this 4G spot. I think I might want to do that because every place I'm in will buy 4G. So I'll put 2 there, and I'm going to save these last 3 so that I can get into Europe. All right, now we move to logistics. Steve has 2 showing. All right, so now this is where I would be moving. So Steve's going to go from the USA to the next biggest place that he can, the largest region available. Now, the largest region to him is going to be, he can go to Australia or Europe. It almost certainly is going to be Europe. Yeah, Europe is where he's going now. Now I'm going to steal this under him a little bit, but he's going to put his 2 markers there. All right. Now, I've got my 3 markers remaining from before, so I'm going to go ahead and fill that up. These will come away. I'll be able to put in a spot there, and because of my ability, I can place a second one once per round. Now, Steve doesn't use these abilities, okay? So now I can sell into Europe. Steve's not quite able to do that yet. Next round, next round for sure he will. All right, now we're gonna try to sell phones. So I'm gonna take this huge stack of 13 phones that Steve's gonna try to sell. Let's see where he can go. He's at a price of 2, all right? So he can sell there in Australia, there in the USA, there in Australia, there in the USA. He cannot go there. He can go, really, he's still only in these 2 places. So he can go here, and here, and I want to make sure that I didn't miss. He had that, and he had that. to make sure yeah, that's right. Okay. And then he can go there. And I think that's it at this point. And these phones, unfortunately for him, get wasted. All right. Now, oh, I need to try to sell my phones. 2, 4, and 6. All right. So I can't sell here, but I can sell there. I can sell there. I can sell there. I can sell here and here and here. All right, so I was able to sell all my phones this round, which is great. I didn't have nearly as many as Steve, but I'm selling them for a whole lot more. All right, so here we go. Steve has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2 is 14, plus 3 is 17, plus 2 is 19. He's on 30, so that puts him to 49. All right. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, oh, I'm counting his. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 6, I have 36, plus 4 is 40, plus 2 is 42, plus 2 is 44. All right. So I'm at 39 plus 44. That puts me at 83. That was a big round for me. All right. Now we clear the cubes. All right. And then we clear these markers. Put out 5 new ones. Actually, I've been starting from the top. I'll stay consistent, I suppose. All right, and now we will put phone prices back to 5, move the round marker over. We're in round 4 now, and here we go, ready to start a new round. All right, so at the beginning of the round, we're going to give Steve another production marker. We're going to move from pending to the current round, and for me, I'm going to be looking to I'm kind of thinking about keeping my pad the exact same way it was. I kind of liked being able to sell all my phones. I wish I was producing more, because I think I could have actually. I will be producing one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll have 7. And if I can sell at 6, that'd be good. And I really think I need to be spreading out quite a bit. And because Steve's going to get into Europe this round, he'll be able to undercut me there. He'll be able to sell. He'll probably, what'll end up happening is he'll be able to take up all those spots, almost all those spots in Europe from me, and I won't be able to sell my phones there. So that's something I need to keep in mind. So I actually am going to keep my pad exactly the same way as I did the round before. Let's see how that works out for me. We move to pricing, and I'm going to be going up to 6. Steve's going to be going down to 2. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yep, from 5 is 2. All right. And now we are going to produce. All right. And Steve's going to be producing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Lots of phones. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. All right. I'm going to be producing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I don't remember if I had this ability last round, but it would give me an extra logistic for every one of these plus price markers showing, and I do have one of those showing. So I need to remember this round that I'm going to get an extra one of those, which is actually fantastic. All right. Okay, and so now we've got our production taken care of. We move over here. Steve's going to be taking this marker for his next pending. I don't have a yellow showing, so I'm just going to take a goods marker. All right, now we move to technology. Steve's going to go first because of the lower price. So he's got, right now, 3 showing. Next round he'll have 5 showing. All right, so he's going to first go where he can get a patent, which is right here. So that's going to give him the 5 he needs. So that's 10 points for him at the end of the game, which is pretty big. All right, he'll put his marker there. That also means that he can sell in regions with that kind of net symbol there. All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I need to see if I can get somewhere where he's not. Now, 4 of mine, yeah, I think what I might do, part of me is just wondering, I could right now get this. And the reason why I kind of feel like I need to is that if I don't get this round, next round Steve's going to have 5 of those symbols and he'll steal it from me. So I almost have to go there. All right, so I'm going to put 4 of my markers there to be able to, and it'll leave me 1 that I can keep for the logistics. So those 6 are now done. I can put my marker there. I get this 12-point patent for the end of the game, which is pretty terrific. And I also get the ability that one part of an improvement tile can be sticking outside of my pad. I'll show you that potentially next round, probably for sure next round. All right. And now I can also sell to 4Gs. Now we go to logistics. He's got 2 showing. He's in Europe. He needed 4. He now has 4. And so these go away. And now he can sell to Europe, which is a huge market. And he's probably going to undercut me and get that bonus as well. All right. I now have 1 plus an extra 1 because of the ability I have there. So now I have 2. I can start going towards India. Oh, I can actually get into the RSA from the Emirates. I think I'm going to do that. I go ahead and go in there. I gain marker there, and I'm going to get a second one because of my ability from here. So that worked out well for me. All right. And now we go to selling phones, and Steve's got a whole lot of phones to sell. So kind of the order of operations here is that he'll first put a cube in at a place where only he's at. So he's only in Australia. He's only in the USA. All right. And then he'll go to 2 or more players. Keep placing his until, yeah. So he starts first by putting 1 everywhere where he's at. Okay, so he's at all of these places. He's in USA, Europe, and Australia. Then he's going to try to spam this, which he'll do. So he's going to put 1 here, and all of those phones, all those are people that won't buy from me now. He can't go here, thankfully. He can't go here, thankfully, but he can go here. All right, so that he left me 3 here. That he's going to be going to, and now he's going to fill up the rest of his spots. So he's going to put a 6 there. He can't go there. He can't go there. He can go there. He's going to go here, and he's going to go here and here. He's not going to go there. He's going to go, he can't go there. He can go there, and he can go there. So he got a lot of phones out. There's only 2 phones that he was not able to sell. So that worked out really well for him. I'm making sure I'm not missing anything for him, but I don't think I am. All right. Now for me, am I going to be able to sell my phones? I've got 2, 4, 6, I've got 8. But if they're all count for 6, so that would be 48 points if I can get them out. So the Emirates will buy that from me. That's nice. North Africa will buy that from me. I can't sell to either of those, but I can sell here. And I cannot sell there, so I was able to sell 1 there, thankfully, so I can still get that 2-point bonus. I can sell there, I can sell there, and I can sell there. I can sell here. I think there's 1 phone I'm not going to be able to sell. Yep, and it looks like I cannot sell this phone. All right, so I lost out on 1, so I couldn't quite get them all out there. Now we move to the points. All right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times 2 is 28. 29, 30, 31, 36, 38. So he's at 49 plus 38. Getting my calculator out here. 87. That was a nice round for him. I'm going to probably do pretty well too. All right, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 6. 42 plus 2, 44, 44, 46, 48. So I ended up with 48. I'm at currently 83 plus 48, 131. So I'll move this here, and I'll put a cube on the 31. All right, that was not bad for me. Now we're going to clear the cubes. So you can see how he kind of was able to sneak into Europe. I made it even more valuable for him earlier by putting that second tower. But the trade-off is such that I'm getting much more per phone. All right, these get cleared away. We're going to put 5 new ones up there. He's finally going to be... Oh, actually, he's not... Oh, yeah, I don't think this is actually even going to come into the play. Here are all the extra price ones. So see, all of these, this was just randomly shuffled. These didn't show up early on. Those would have allowed him to price his phones a bit higher, which may have helped him because I've been able to go pretty high while he's been selling at 2 the entire game, basically, other than maybe the first round. All right, so we've done that. Now phone prices get reset to 5. We move our markers back, and we are now in the final round of the game. All right, so now the kind of the trick for me is, do I want to get a bunch of production when really there's no technologies now that I can, no patents I can get. Now I could get into these other technology spaces, places where I can sell phones, but I don't think I want to do that as much. I think I want to produce more phones, try to sell more phones. I do want to get into other regions so that I can potentially, I think I want to keep my price at 5 so I can sell here. I don't think I'm going to be selling I might be selling 1 or 2 in Europe. I'd like to be able to spread out into other areas, potentially get into South America and pick up 20 points there. I think that's what I should be focusing on, because he's going to move to the next biggest area he can get to, which is going to be China. So he's going to try to, if he can get to, can he get to China? Actually, he can't get to China. He has nothing connecting to China right now. So he's going to go this round. He's going to be going to either India. Can he get to India? He can get to India. He can not get to South America. So it looks like he'll be going to India this round. It looks like where he's going to be targeting. So I think I'm safe going to South America. Oh, wait. No, he can get to South America from the USA. So would he go to South America or India? I think in that case, he goes in alphabetical order. So he would be going to India. So I think I'm going to focus on South America. All right. So let's see what we got here. We've got... Let me do this. We're going to do this. Okay, so you can see I now have hanging off the back there by 1, which I can do now because of this ability I had. All right, so this is what I'm going with for this particular round. I'm going to put my prices at 6. I said I was going to keep it at 5, and maybe I should have, but I'm going to go to 6. Yeah, I'm going to go to 6. All right, so there we go. That's going to be my plan for this final round. Now we go to pricing. I go up to 6. Steve goes down to 2. Oh, this should come up here. Sorry, that should be right there. Steve goes down to 2, and he also should have gotten a production marker. I forgot the first round. That should have gone to him. That should go up. But we did it. No harm. All right. So that's our pricing. Now we're going to go to production. I think he's going to be producing the same as last round. I think it was 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, it should be one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right. So he had 18 cubes to start with. So it's going to be all but one of these. He's going to try to sell 17 phones in this final round. Now, again, he's only getting $2 a phone, or whatever if it's 2 million. I'm not sure what the actual conversion is, but he's got a lot of phones he's going to be getting out there. I'm going to be producing now. I've covered up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. All right. So I'm covering up 4 there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. All right. Now we move along here. He would take this one, but it's not going to mean anything because this is the final round. Although it would take it from me if I were taking one from here, which I'm not. I'm just going to be taking another production, which again won't really do anything. But I'll just go through the motions. All right, here we go to technology. Now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so he's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to allow him probably to sell all his phones this round because now there are no patents available. There are no places where he's already at. So he's going to be going to the cheapest technology. So right now he's not here. He'll go there, spend 2 of his, and now he can go there. All right. Correct? Yes. Now, 3. He's got 3 more. He can put them right in there, and now he can sell into the battery location. So that's going to allow him to probably sell all his phones this round. Now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 progress markers. And I said I wanted to go into South America, so I will do that. All right. Oh, but am I going to do I want any of these? I'm getting ahead of myself. Do I want any of these? If I could go into maybe here and sell another, I think I'm not going to worry about opening up more technology. I'm going to save all of the, do I want to save all these? I could get into here, but is there anywhere I'd be able to sell a phone there? I don't think that symbol is going to give me a phone anywhere. I'll just save all these. I may not end up using them all, but that's what I'm going to do. Now we go to logistics. He's got 1, 2 logistics. All right. And he's going to try to go to the largest location. And I had already established that the largest location he can reach, because he can't get to China, the only place that connects to China is CIS, India, and North Africa, and he's not in any of those, is that he could get to South America, he could get to India. Both of those are the same size, so he'll go by an alphabetical order. He'll attempt to go in there. Now, he actually didn't get into India because that needed 3. So he was 1 logistics short from getting into India. So that worked out poorly for him. I get an extra 1 because of my ability for having 1 of those showing. So I actually have 6 progress markers that I can spend. And that might actually work out well for me. That might give me 2 places I can get into. It does. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, oh, this is interesting. First thing I'm going to do is go here into South America. All right. That's going to allow me to place a marker there and get me 20 points at the end of the game. I can't put a second one there. This ability doesn't allow you to put it on a retailer, a second one. Now, my next question to myself is, do I go here to CIS? It allows me to get 13 points at the end of the game, and I could raise my price to 7 if I wanted to, which I don't know that I'd want to because I'd give up a phone here and here. Or do I go here into Australia? Although he'll probably get most of those. And if I go into Australia, all I'm doing is making this a bigger bonus for him. So I think it makes most sense. I'll go into CIS. That's going to be 3. I'll get those 13 points. Now, I could either, if I want to, raise or lower the price. And I'm wondering if I'm going to check and see if that's a mandatory thing. Give me one moment to look and see if it's a mandatory thing to do that. If it is, then I either have to go to 5 or I have to go to 7. Let's see here. Give me one moment. I'm just trying to find the part where there are the retailer. Apologies. Let's see here. You cannot turn down the bonus. Okay, so I have to either go to 7 or I have to go to 5. That's interesting. So let me see. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 phones that I'm trying to sell. Right now, I could sell one for sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I have 8. I think I'm gonna go. See if I give up that 6. Well, you know what? Let's go to 7. This may have been wrong. This may have been a bad decision, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Well, no. You know what? I think 5 is better. I think I'm going to 5 because that's going to allow me to sell more phones. I think. Okay. So I did that. Eventually I did that. And now we go to selling phones. So I'm going to be putting a whole lot of phones out there for Steve. Dropped one. I'll pick up here in a moment. All right, Steve. So you're putting one in Australia. You're putting one in the United States. You're putting one in Europe. And now you're going to spam Europe for everything you can. So here, here, here. Now he can go here. Now he can go here. He can go here. Wow, all but one. He just didn't get into the 4G. Now he'll go here, 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 and here. And he'll go here and here. He sold all 17 phones. Wow. But they're dirt cheap. All right. So now I will go here, and I'll go here, and I'll go here, and I can go here and here, and I can go here and here, and I can go here as well. So I was able to sell all my phones. I may have been better off going to 7, but it is what it is. It's the decision I made. All right, now we're going to go into the scoring. He had 17 phones times 2. All right, so let me get my calculator out for all of the other stuff that we got. 17 is 34 plus 3 and 5 is 8 and 2 is 10. Is that right? 3, 5 is 8 and 2 is 10, so 44. He got 44. So 87, 44 is 131. So he's right now at where I'm at. So I beat Steve pretty soundly in this game. It looks like, unless, because I think I even got more out of patents than he did. All right. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 8 at 5, so 40 plus 2, 4, 6, right? 2, 4, 6. So 46. So I had 131. So 177 is where I'm at there. All right. Now, what we're going to be doing for the end game scoring is, I want to double check, make sure I'm not missing anything on end game. Okay. Patents. I have 13 points for patents. So 77 and 13. 90, that puts me at 190. Steve has 9, 12. So he's at 143. And then we've got retailers. So I did big in this game because I got 33 points out of retailers. So 90 plus 33. 223 I ended up with. I sold phones quite a bit better than Steve in this game. All right. So there you have Smartphone Inc. A game of economics and a little bit of territory control and price manipulation. And I think that Steve actually got a little bit in trouble in the fact that none of these price adding tiles came up early on. So he was able to sell a whole bunch of phones, but they were always being sold at $2 or $3. And that really hamstrung him. So depending on how the tiles come out, that really might change the makeup of the game. So Anyway, I hope you got a good idea on how the game is played. It's a very unique game. It plays very differently in a solo game to the multiplayer, where you just have a lot more jockeying for position in a multiplayer game. But the solo game does a nice job of kind of at least showing you how the phases go and just the basic mechanics of the game. So, as always, I thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a great day.